I'm very, very, very particular with who I keep around me. I'm very hands-on with every little thing that has to do with me. And you know, a lot of people don't like hearing that. They don't like hearing, oh, I gotta sell tickets. But in all actuality, you're probably feeling like that because you don't feel like you can sell tickets.
The manager's really the cheat code to a lot of the opportunities you've gotten?
No.
No.
A lot of the opportunities I've gotten have been, majority of them have been through me. The more that I continue to succeed, I had to put a lot of people to the side that I may not see eye to eye with anymore, in a sense. And I'm not talking about in a sense of like bad blood or anything. It's just we don't align of where our visions are anymore. I know what I'm worth. I know what my value is and all that type of stuff. Some people may not see it at the moment, but there's gonna be a day that people are gonna understand.
Yo, what's going on, world? It's your boy Poncho here. Welcome to episode 38 of the Encore Podcast. If this is your first time listening, this is a pod for artists, musicians, anyone with a passion for music and art that's trying to turn it into a full-time business. So if that's you, subscribe, tap in with the community. I'm here today with my co-host, Cruz.
What's up, Poncho?
Gang.
Been a while since we've done one of these. But
That's
I'm
a
excited
fact.
for this one, too. We got a very, very talented artist repping Yonkers, New York. Very creative with his music, with his flows, with his lyrics especially. But he's also very creative with his business strategies and the way he approaches his career. So I know this is going to be a great interview. Very excited to have you today, Iman. How you doing, bro?
Woo! Hey, man. It feels good to be here, man. I was excited.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's great to have you, bro. We had your eye on you for a long time, not gonna lie. One of the first artists that we knew about, like, from this local area, because you made a name for yourself, like, a minute ago. So you've been around. So, we felt like we were climbing the Westchester ladder a little bit with this one. So, yeah, it's great to have you, man.
Hey, man, we got to have some fun, for real.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
We're gonna make something work.
Yes, sir. So, in just a few minutes, could you tell the people where you were born, where you grew up, and how you got started in music?
Okay, so I was born in Washington Heights.
Okay.
I grew up around the Inwood, Dykeman area
Okay.
in Manhattan until I was about like 12, 13. Then we moved to Yonkers. And
Just to get out the city.
yeah, my parents wanted a house. So
Yeah.
that was the biggest thing. That you know, they wanted to, like, my brother and I, we weren't allowed to be outside or nothing like that because of the area that we were in. So it was just like, it's easy to get trapped into those things. So like, we didn't understand it. Of course, we're kids. So the only time we was outside was when I'll play baseball at Inwood.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be with my friends or anything. My school was 2 blocks away. Wasn't allowed to go walk to school by myself or anything like that. It was just like, it just wasn't, that's how it was.
Yeah.
So we moved to Yonkers, nicer area, all that stuff. But went to school in the hood, so it was just like I went to school in Warburton on on Riverside High School.
Yeah. I live right next to there most of my life.
So like I was over there. But I didn't. I went to middle school in Yonkers High from 7th and 8th grade. 6th grade, I was still in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, that was the transition. And then my younger brother was always producing. Josh, he's been producing for ever, I guess. Like that was like, he was the first one with a laptop and all that stuff when he was like, I don't know what age. He gets tight when I like give the wrong age or something like that. So it's just like, he was young, man. But yeah, it was just an attainable thing. I remember wanting to be a rapper when I was in kindergarten. So like
that young?
Bro, seeing Bow on TV, what? Like, like that was the biggest thing for me. So it was just like, all right, cool, let me do this. But so after, I would just like mess around with it sometimes. Like he was always making beats and I'd just like mess around making poems and stuff like that for my girl. And then it got to the point that I fell out of love with baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And then
into music.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Same 100%. Shit happened with me.
I got hurt though. Like my knees got destroyed, man. And it was like
baseball?
Yeah. I hate.
What was you doing? Sliding like crazy?
It would just be everything. Like I got scars on my knees still from like sliding and from like just constantly working out and doing all these
just
things.
Like injuries.
Yeah, it's just like all like that. I remember like having like a hairline fracture on like up on my collarbone or something like that. It would just like be like the littlest things. But like ever since I stopped playing for all these years, like my shins are better. I used to get shin splints all the time and stuff. That would hurt. Yeah, my feet, it was just a lot because I play competitively. So it was just like, yeah, I don't know. I like this side a lot more.
Yeah, I feel that. So at what point would you say in your music career was it that you felt like you felt like you had a future in it and you felt certain of that?
I don't know. I'm pretty confident in myself. So
like you've been since the beginning?
So like, all right, I'll break it down like this. Like the first project I ever dropped was a project called To Be Continued, and it's on SoundCloud only. I try to wipe that project out of
Yeah?
yeah, but I can't though, because it's like it's done something very special for me because it opens so many doors. But especially in a time that I shouldn't have dropped a project around that time. It was too early to be dropping projects, and me not even realizing that unless you have a fan base, there's no reason for you to drop a project. People don't care to listen to this type of stuff. Drop singles. Drop.
How early are we talking?
Faces. I was 16, 17.
So you like started first recording music?
Yeah, like that was it. So I had the project ready for for a couple years. I was like 17, 18. And then I had the project ready, but it was never out because I wanted to drop it the right way. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, but you're young, you don't realize that there ain't really no right way. There's things you can do to better things, but it's like everybody's way is different. So that's when I met my producer, Rondon. And then he started thinking it was crazy enough to go try to get DJ enough to host the project. And then it ended up happening. And that's how I stepped into it.
So that was like one of the things that really got your career.
Yeah, man, because it was like that was the who's Iman? Or like,
okay,
like who is this kid?
Like that cosign that you got from
yeah, you get what I'm saying? And it's just like, and why is this guy like hosting this project? We don't know who he is or anything like that. So it gets people talking and stuff. And then like, oh, and I wanted to come in with like if I'm gonna do it, my presentation needs to be like immaculate at all times.
Yeah.
To the best ability that I could think of at the moment. So it was like having that cosign immediately, it was just like, oh.
Yeah, those cosigns are powerful, man. Like,
yeah, for sure.
What does it mean to have them host your album? Because I've seen you done that a couple times. So how does that sort of play out? Like, what's that dynamic?
Pretty much what happens when you host a project is like you just constantly talking all over the project and stuff. It's like what DJ Drama used to do with Gangsta Grills. Well, he's still doing it now, but like
he's still
like
doing it?
Yeah. He just dropped one recently with who's this? Oh, damn, this just dropped too. It'll come to me. But Simba.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Simba just dropped Simba's latest project is a Gangsta Grills project.
Okay, word.
So you're gonna hear DJ Drama all over the project and stuff like that. So that's really what we did with Enough. Like DJ Enough was all over it, and it was cool because he was just like, you know, he was shouting us out. He was saying things. He's like, yo, is there anything y'all want me to say on this? Like, it felt like how it used to be back in the day and stuff. So it was just dope as hell to be able to do something like that. And then we were able to build a really close bond. And that's gonna be my homie forever, man. He was the first person to give us an opportunity with something, and I'm forever grateful for it.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Iman's Day now gets on some big platforms. He gets some eyes on him. He's fresh off the radar. Off the radar. On the radar. I'm so sorry. On the radar. Fresh off.
On the radar.
Fresh off on.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Got you. Yeah.
I saw the article that was written up about you off like Gary V's fucking.
Oh yeah, man. That was dope.
Yeah, I saw you on Major Stage, a lot of different platforms.
Yeah.
So
those are the homies too. Yeah.
Major Stage?
Yeah, that's bro, like I've known Major Stage for a while already and stuff. Yeah. I remember they were trying to do because they wanted to do a show with me a while ago. But I didn't know the platform like that. And then, you know, of course, when you don't know things, you stick with the stigma that everybody else tries to put towards something. And at the time it was like, oh, you gotta sell tickets, you gotta do this. But it's like, that's how business and shows work. Yeah, you gotta sell tickets and all that stuff.
Okay.
So it got to the point, and you know, a lot of people don't like hearing that. They don't like hearing, oh, I gotta sell tickets. But in all actuality, is you probably feeling like that because you don't feel like you can sell tickets.
Yeah.
And you know, we have egos and pride and all that stuff, and we always want to think that we right and stuff. But at the end of the day, they're just doing business. So I remember that they wanted to do a show with me, but I didn't have enough leverage at the time. And I didn't want to do something like that at the moment until I accidentally did a Major Stage show without me knowing, because it was my boy Shimmy Chu. He ended up he needed openers for his show, so I ended up doing it. Then my manager Nova, he ended up saying, like, he was talking to the people at Major Stage and SOBs, and they were like, "Yo, Iman's killing this. He could bring really people in and all this type of stuff." And then it was like, well, he could headline this and he could sell it out. And then I never headlined a show before. I never did any of that. So when my manager hit me with that, it was just like, yo, what are you talking about? We got to sell this out. So I feel all the pressure and all that type of stuff. And it was nerve-wracking. But after that show, I did sell out SOBs, and we did that in 2019, I believe. So I did do that, and then it helped me build more leverage for myself. It was
like having that in your pitch to people.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, okay,
absolutely. Because when we did another show with Major Stage, it was okay. At the time, I had a distribution deal with Sony the Orchard, and from there, I wanted to do a project release show, and that's the project that had Roberto Cavalli on it. It's called Everything Is Everything. So from there, that's when I was like, all right, I want to do a release show. I got 2 openers. I need 1 more. Give me a list of people, all that type of stuff. It's pretty much like doing the show how I want to do it. We don't need all this extra stuff. So you were choosing the opener? I chose how I wanted it to be and all that type of stuff. I only had I think it was 3 or 4 openers, but it was people I chose and all that type of stuff. And
is that how it usually goes? Like when
usually what happens is
what happens?
A lot of times what these type of companies do, they'll just add people to the show because not a lot of people are hands on with their stuff. Some artists just want to be artists.
A lot,
and that's and that's really what it is.
Yeah.
So they'll help by just adding artists that they feel will fit the bill, or they can actually sell tickets or something like that. That's really what it is. But for me, I'm very hands on with every little thing that has to do with me. If it has to do with me, I'm 100% involved as well.
Like if your fans are gonna be there, you want to give the show that
100%.
You want to.
So it was I wanted to just be a dope experience of all right. Let's do a show for Everything Is Everything. Nobody's ever heard the project before. Let's have a live band. I was practicing with 3 months with this band and everything.
Word.
And it was nobody's ever heard this project before. By the time they get out of here, it'll be midnight and the project will be out.
That's a dope concept.
That was the whole thing of and we sold that out. It was 300 people in there.
Fire.
So it was okay, let's that helps build things because people start trusting you into thinking, oh, he has numbers behind him. He actually has the people. We can trust that he will deliver these things. So that's really what happens from that.
Interesting. Yeah. You kind of answered my question. That was just a lead up, but that was fine. I was gonna ask you why these platforms rocked with you.
It's just honestly just personal relationships, I guess. Yeah. On the radar was my manager Nova. He's the one who had a relationship with Gabe.
Okay.
So he was like, yo, you want to check Iman out? This is that. And he said, yeah, if I rock with it, then I'll have him up.
At what point did you get a manager? And how did you decide on who to be your manager at the time?
I'm very, very, very particular with who I keep around me and all that stuff.
Gotta be.
That's important. So I had a manager before, but then he was stepping out of music. So I haven't had one for maybe a year. And there was this woman named Bria Simone that I used to pay her to teach me things that I wasn't aware of. I like learning things. So I would just do consultations with her and all that stuff. And then it was
what kind of things?
Pretty much of how to move forward with business things, or just how to brand yourself or how to do this. And it was just typical things that artists should know. Pretty much. And
so you had a good experience with those consultations? Because I know that's something a lot of established people offer. Yo, if you pay me $100 an hour, I'll talk to you for an hour. So you've had a good experience with that?
There's been times that I've paid a lot of money for certain, for that hour. Because I want information. And a lot of times people don't want to speak to you unless you're giving them money. So depends how bad I want the information. It's all right, we'll take this risk. Maybe it's worth it, maybe it's not. But that's a part of it. You gotta take the risk.
Did you recommend other artists do that?
Depending on who the person is and depending on what is it the service that you need.
Yeah.
And you gotta know what questions to ask, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Present yourself.
A lot of times people don't they're not prepared for what they're about to put their money into either.
Yeah.
You gotta remember this is an hour of something that you you're putting your time into. That's their time as well. Regardless, they're getting paid. So don't waste your time. Get ready. Write some questions down. Ask them think outside the box. Try to make the most out of that hour that you possibly can to get the answers that you need.
Yeah, I'm used to that because in the legal space, I'm in law school studying to be a music lawyer now. So I set up 100 cold calls with different lawyers. So I prepare for a good amount of time, a couple of hours at least, to get a list of questions, similar to how I prepare for these interviews. I do that with them too. So it's important. Got to make the most of that time and let them know that you're a fan of them, you like what they do,
and
that you also can see what their value could be in
exactly.
your life.
So it's like, so Bria helped me out with that, and then there was another thing where it was a music playlist, and at the time, I was like asking,
like Spotify playlist.
It was like Apple, Spotify. It was just like user generated stuff of like people like who make these playlists, and it was like, okay, I have relationships with these people, like plug me in with this, that. So the person that was her plug was Nova. So what happened was Bria calls me one day while I'm at the movies, and then she's like, she texted me. She's like, hey, can you call me as soon as you can? This is that. I have somebody that wants to meet you because he really likes your song, and it was Nova. And then ever since then, this was like 4 years ago, I think. And damn. Nova's been he's been with me ever since. Like,
so the manager's really the cheat code to a lot of the opportunities you've gotten?
No. A lot of the opportunities I've gotten have been, majority of them have been through me.
Okay.
What happens is that I'm just very, I'm like a psychopath in a sense of like,
that's fire.
I really try to make sure that, because like I said, I'm very hands-on with things. So like, I'm constantly meeting people. I'm constantly doing the work myself and creating these opportunities in a sense of like, one thing will always lead to another. You may not see it. And it's funny, I had this conversation with my boy yesterday. It was like, I remember being at A3C for my first time.
Okay.
It's a festival they do in Atlanta, right? I performed in front of literally nobody. There was nobody there whatsoever.
Isn't that how like a lot of the South by Southwest performances are?
That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Luckily enough, that wasn't my experience from my first time being there.
Yeah.
But like in Atlanta, I did A3C for the first time. I've done it twice. The first time I did it was 2018 or 17, one of the two. There was nobody there. I was so pissed off. I was embarrassed. There was the only people there were people working at the bar.
Yeah.
And I'm there.
How do you even do it? Like,
bro, I messed up while I was doing it. Like, cause I was just like so in my head. Of like being mad.
Yeah.
But then here's what I'm saying. This is what happens from these situations. Cause I keep God first at all times in my mind. Like I'm constantly, I feel like I got a great relationship with God. This is like how I do my thing. I work hard and I keep God first. So I was praying at night and that day because I was tight. Next day, I remember I was saying, please don't make this trip be a lesson of something that like this wasn't worth being here or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I remember that the next day I signed up for a grant from Swisher Sweets. From that grant, luckily they were there at 83C. I so happened to win the grant for $1,000. Right? From the $1,000, I thought that was it with Swisher Sweets. Apparently they've been keeping tabs on me ever since I won that grant. 8 months later, I got an email asking me if I wanted to be a part of their artist project. So what happens with the artist project is I was in the class of, they flew me out to LA for free, put me in a hotel. And their artists, a part of that class was Machine Gun Kelly, Gucci Mane, Designer, and Fetty Wap. The artists that were under, like the not so known artists under that, it was me, Don Toliver, my homie Jay Soldier.
Don Toliver was at that at the time?
Yep.
Yeah, but that's crazy. I mean,
this was right before Astroworld.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right before Astroworld, because I didn't even know who Don Toliver was.
Yeah. And
I met him, and I didn't even know who he was. I met Mike Dean that day, too.
Oh, yeah?
He was with him.
Oh, shit. Damn, man. I'm glad you get into this, bro, because I definitely was very curious how this situation went. I don't think you've talked about it before.
Cardi B's sister was there as well, Hennessy. Chill Moody from Philly. Sean Smith from Philly, my guys.
I know Sean Smith. He's hard.
Yep, bro.
Yo, he's great.
That's my guy. He's nasty.
I don't know him, but like, I've heard
nasty.
Nasty.
So the point of that was like, okay, each there's gonna be 4 different cities that we're gonna do shows in. Mm-hmm. For the East Coast ones, for Philadelphia, we're gonna do Machine Gun Kelly. We're gonna have 3 artists that are close to Philadelphia to open up Machine Gun Kelly. I wasn't from Philadelphia, I was from New York. So I had to go to Philly and do the show with Sean Smith and Chill Moody. And we opened up for Machine Gun Kelly. And then we did an interview with him that day, right? They paid me for that show.
Yeah, I saw that. He was interviewing you. Is that what it was?
We were interviewing each other.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we were just in a bus, like a Swisher bus, and we were just interviewing each other. Right?
Yeah.
So they paid me for that show. Drove back to New York that night. Actually, I drove to Croton to drop my photographer Steven off, and then I went back to Yonkers. It's like 6 a.m, freaking pouring. Like that, you can only drive 10 miles an hour because you already know that highway at night is crazy. Yeah. So from there, then they had another opportunity. They were like, okay, so we're gonna do the big show that we do the end of 2018, and that is the NOLA takeover. So you go to New Orleans and you do another show with all 4 of the main acts, and then there'll be a list of all like the people who won. So they had to vote for the artists from each city that the shows were taking place. So it was me against Chill Moody and Sean Smith. And then so I guess I was more diligent with the votes because I ended up winning.
Fire. Right?
My support system is insane because I'm not even from Philly and we made that happen. So I ended up getting blessed enough to get flown out, hotel right across the street, and they paid me for the show as well.
Word.
And Don Toliver was also supposed to be on that show too. He was actually supposed to go right before me, but he was on tour with Travis because Astroworld took off, and that's what happened. So that day I seen Machine Gun Kelly as well, and his security guard was first at like chill out, but then his drummer remembered me. And then, so he told me to come by. And then I was looking at him. I'm like, yo, you remember me, bro? He was like, yo, you look familiar, but what? I'm like, he was like, wait a minute. You were at that show in Philly, right? I'm like, yeah, bro. He was like, yo, that's crazy. We're going to go to the bar after this show if y'all want to come by. I don't drink though. So I still went. And I was just like, it was cool. Like everybody was just like dope as hell.
Is this drummer like a young kid with like colorful hair and shit?
He got braids, but he's not.
Never mind.
I think it's his brother.
Oh, really?
I think
that's not what I'm thinking of. I saw a video. Never mind.
Yeah,
it's a drummer called like Tosh Drummer. That I saw a drummer with MGK. It's crazy.
Yeah, but his drum is insane, bro.
Yeah,
insane. So like from there, this is what I'm saying. Like things lead to other things. I met my boy Jay Soldier because he was also one of the artists. He won for Texas. They did a show in Houston and he won for Texas. And he's from Austin, Texas. Little do I know, he leveraged his situation with Swisher into making his own South by Southwest show.
Really?
Yeah. So that's how I ended up on South by this year.
Damn, you really just took us for like 5 huge opportunities that all just.
But you see what I'm like? This is what I'm saying. It was just like and this all started from me performing in front of nobody.
Damn, that's crazy the way you put that, bro. Literally from performing in front of nobody, you think this is like a hopeless opportunity.
And that same year is when I sold out SOBs.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm like? That I came back to that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like all these things that happen, and it's just off of relationships you make and all that stuff. You just keep talking to people. You keep being present. Yeah. That's the biggest thing. What I learned was that a lot of times it's not about how talented you are. It's not about how how much people speak about you or anything. It's just about who's there.
So being in all these rooms with these big acts and artists, like, do you oftentimes get imposter syndrome, or do you not let yourself feel that?
I feel like I don't want to say anything.
You go for it. Let me see.
It's I mean, I used to feel that way, so that's really all it is. Especially when I started interviewing. Yeah, the first, definitely.
Obviously.
Yeah, especially like even some of the combos I have in my DMs, I'm just like, yo, what? We have like 700 subs. Like what?
Yeah. I'll say it like this. I wouldn't call it imposter syndrome. It would just be more of a sense of just like, yo, you need to have confidence in order to go through this thing. You need to have a different type of level of confidence to know, like, you need a certain type of mindset to be successful at anything. Like, a lot of people don't have that. And that's like the most important thing you need. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I wouldn't say imposter syndrome. It would just be more of just like, I know what I'm worth. I know what my value is and all that type of stuff. And some people may not see it at the moment, but there's going to be a day that people are going to understand.
I love that you said that, because another story you've told before is at the D Block studio.
Yeah.
You were there for years before that. You really made an impact, or made your name or your presence really known to the Locks. So what was your experience with that, with D Block? Like, can you speak on that journey you had with them?
So pretty much when I was there for my first day, Styles is probably one of the most like nicest people you ever meet, for real. Like,
I met him once in his juice spot, and he was dapping up everybody in there. Just great energy. And
what I love about him is that it's like, I'm a human being, bro. Like, you don't need to do any of that extra. Like, I'm just a regular person. You feel me? I'm a talented person, but like, bro, we just kicking it. So like, he came in the studio, and it was funny because I was the first. Like, I don't get starstruck from people. Like, I don't. I see people as people. But for some reason, I don't know what clicked that day, but as soon as he came in, he said, "What up, beloved?" I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, that's the first. Like, I didn't feel that way for nobody else, but for some reason, I don't know why.
Styles P.
Yeah, it was Styles P. I don't know what happened. And
another Yonkers legend.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it was weird because it didn't happen with Kiss. It didn't happen with Sheik or anybody. And I love these guys.
Yeah.
Because I don't get starstruck. But for some reason, that happened. I was just like, oh shit. Like, that was the thing. But, Rondon was there playing beats and stuff. And then he asked me, what do I do? And I said, nah, I'm a rapper. And he was like, yo, here, take my phone, buy your project, and I'm going to listen to it on my way to LA.
Styles P said that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So he bought.
How long after, since you started going to D Block Studio, was that? Because you say you went to D Block Studio for like every day for 3 years, right?
So it was like 2 months later, there was a tweet that went out. That was the first day that I went to D Block that happened.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 months later had passed. I was upstate somewhere. Somebody tagged me on a tweet that he put. He said, yo, make sure y'all go listen to Blessed by Iman. He's like, he got it. So then I was like, wait, what's going on? I don't like using Twitter that much. So like, when somebody tagged me on it, it was just like, yo, that's crazy. What's going on right now? So then when I seen him, he was doing an event at Juices for Life in Castle Hill in the Bronx. And then I went over there, and he's on Instagram Live, and he goes like, he puts the camera on me immediately. He's like, you see him right there? He's next. Like, we gonna rhyme together. Watch. Fire. This is that. And then maybe like a year and a half later, I had the song that I wanted them on, but I didn't want all of them on it. I just wanted Sheik and Styles, because that was just the vision I had for it. And Styles, well, Sheik did it first. Sheik handed that in fast as hell. All I needed was a 16, but he fucked with it so much that he went over that. I was like, oh, this is crazy. And then Styles, when I finally went up to him, I was like, yo, I got it ready. What's up? Sheik already did his thing. And then Sheik would go like, yo, you better go do that thing already, because I did what I did to it. I don't know if you're going to do what I did. And then he's like, yo, load up that Iman track. And then he came in, kicked everybody out the room.
Styles?
Yeah. And it was just me and him. And he don't write. Everything is like...
Oh, yeah? It's like that?
Really?
He writes in his head. Like, that's what Hov do too. But like, Styles, everything is in his head. So he'll look like he's sleeping.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he'll look like he's sleeping. It was just his eyes closed. And meanwhile, he's just structuring the entire verse in his head. Wow. It took him like 30 minutes. And then he went into the booth, and then...
Yeah, he wrote that verse in 30 minutes?
Yeah, he just spit it right there. And I was just like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, what's the name of the track again?
Roberto Cavalli.
Roberto
yeah.
Cavalli.
That's crazy.
So then once that came out, I rapped it on Major Stage, and then Kiss saw it. He was like, what was that thing you was rapping over there? I'm like, oh, Roberto Cavalli. He was like, nah. It was this. I'm like, yeah, that's Roberto Cavalli with these guys. He was like, how come I wasn't on it? I was like, I was like, I got something for you soon. And soon everybody else will see what that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got something for Kiss.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how that worked out.
Yeah.
You got it. All right. I got a sort of left field question for you.
What's up?
I feel like your sound doesn't really isn't like what's on the forefront of the industry right now.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
That's me saying it generously.
Yeah. No. Straight up. I don't make drill music, bro. I don't.
Not even New York, just in all of the industry in general.
I don't make that type of stuff.
Yeah, very lyrical. Also like very intentional. Most people don't even give a fuck about lyrics nowadays. Like if we're being like honest. But you've stayed deep in this lane. And from all the music I've heard, at least, never wavered. I'm assuming that was a decision to stay in that lane, right?
Yeah, for sure. I do like making other types of songs and stuff where you'll see songs like, but here's where my point goes to it. If I'm gonna make any type of song, I still gotta say something. That's how I feel. So it's like you'll get a song like Minimum Wage where it's more upbeat, but I'm spitting on that. You'll get a song like The League with me and Proud of Mama, like. I'm still talking, but it's still more of a, it's one of those. So it's like a song like Pay For It that I had from a minute ago. That song was being played all over radio and stuff like that. But I'm talking. That's my biggest thing. I have a problem with not saying nothing. If that makes sense. There's people who are really good at that. And I really,
really good at what?
Saying nothing.
It sounds funny, but like there's an art to that.
Yeah.
Because you never see those rappers that literally just be saying one thing and then they say a whole nother thing. But it's just like, I don't know how the hell your mind thinks of this. And you just keep going and the verse just sound fire.
Yeah.
But like
it's no topic, it's just
I'll give you names off camera because I'm not even about to. Yeah. But like there's people who are really good at that. So at first I'll just be like, and these are people that got a lot of fans. But it's just because there's more to it than just lyrics. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Have you ever felt any like sort of pressure to maybe do something that's more hot?
No.
No.
People come at me all the time about that stuff, but it's just more like what I started realizing was I learned from shows. I see what people really, really, really gravitate towards when I'm doing shows. That's when you really get to see people like their actual reaction to something. And it's like the songs that I wrote that were like true to me, that like all this stuff, those are the songs that people related to the most. And then it's like, if I'm ever doing something, like I said before, if I'm ever doing something that's more upbeat or more, I got R&B songs like that are even out that I love because I love R&B. So it's like, even when I'm gravitating towards these type of songs and experimenting with other things and stuff like that, it's just more that you're still gonna understand that it's Iman, and not just me pretending to be something or me trying to fit in with something. Like I always tell these guys, I'm not gonna do no drill song. The only way I'll do a drill song is if somebody needed a feature specifically, like, and they only see me. I don't know how you see me, but I could do it. It's just I prefer not to because that's not my demographic. That's not my sound of what I try to do.
Yeah. You still got the crowd moving. Like you post videos on Instagram and you're going crazy, bro. So,
bro.
It's not like you have to.
Yeah, it's my shows are insane, bro. I think the craziest show I've ever seen that I've done was a Yonkers show that we did. It's this place called Margaritas.
Where's that at?
It's on South Broadway.
Yeah.
Bro,
I think I know this.
This was the most dangerous show
I've
ever done in my life. I was scared, bro, because it was like they wanted to do this whole like you remember when Linkin Park and Jay-Z did a project together?
Yeah.
They wanted to do an actual show of that, of like rock and rap. So it was Maintenance and I, and there's a band called Shakeout and with Blast 89, and then they'll have Proud of Mama open up or like Foreign open up and. I forgot. Apologies for if I forgot who was on that show, but yeah.
Blast 89 fire.
Yeah, Blast is crazy. Blast is actually the person who taught me how to perform.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So when it got to the audience was so crazy. I think the audience was like the craziest when we were performing. Like I'll show y'all the video later, but all you see in that video. Yeah, they're going crazy out there.
It happens.
Yo, so all you see in that video, you see elbows being thrown, mosh pit, kick to the face.
Yeah, like that.
You see a Kool-Aid man in a whole, like I'm talking about a whole suit in a Kool-Aid thing, like just snuffing everybody.
Type of reckless time,
bro. It was insane. Like I'm just seeing, and I'm performing Roberto Cavalli with a rock band, and all you see is everybody just fucking each other up, bro.
That's how it goes.
It was insane. And I was like, bro. So then there was somebody I knew that I was like, because my girl know to not get near the stage anymore.
Oh yeah.
I will stop a show and beat the yo. I'm telling like.
Oh yeah.
My mom and my girl, you're not allowed to be in front.
Yeah, you said it another time that your mom was out front. They're not allowed in front now.
Not allowed in front. They want to be in front. I don't want you in front.
Yeah.
Don't be there because it gets crazy.
Wow.
And I don't want to have to stop a show and then me get out of character because I gotta be protective at a moment and stuff like that. Nah, we here to have a good time. I'm here to. I don't want to worry about none of that.
Yeah.
Get your ass to the back.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I see it. Because it's true though. It's like I'd rather y'all be safe.
Word.
Than be in a situation where you got elbow in the face. Now I gotta punch somebody in the face. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't want none of that.
Definitely.
So it's like that's just the way I see that thing. But bro, that was an insane show. So it goes back to the person that was there. I was telling her, I was like, yo, go over there with these people. You're gonna get hurt. She was like, no, I'm fine where I'm at. This is that. I'm like, yo, I'm just letting you know, this is bad. I can't control this. Once the song is done, I could tame it right after that. Right now, they in a get out of here from this. Didn't listen. They pushed the shit out of her, bro.
Yeah.
She got so mad she left the show.
Oh yeah.
But I was just like, I'm telling y'all, bro, like this is crazy. Yeah. So that was like the most insane audience. I can't forget to show y'all the video right after that. It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely show me that, bro. Yes. Yeah, you have so many performances. Like I know that's one of the things that most new artists struggle with is just finding opportunities to perform without having to pay showcases and stuff. Do you have any tips for somebody that's trying to?
Yeah.
And would you recommend paying for showcases?
I got a love-hate relationship. All right, I'll explain all of that. Yeah. So I don't pay for showcases.
Okay.
I don't even do showcases. I don't do showcases, period.
I mean,
I don't even think I maybe did one at a time. I don't do them. But I'm not opposed to other like new artists doing it either because I look at it like this, right? Let's say, okay, Gabe from On The Radar and DJ Drewski, they were doing one recently, right? That's an opportunity that you could like literally make a first impression on somebody and just build a relationship. You get what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
There's value in it.
There's value in it. It's just
get to practice perform.
Yeah,
it's just,
prepare yourself, bro.
Is completely underrated. Like
bro, like be prepared so when there's an opportunity you can execute. A lot of people don't prepare themselves. They think, oh, I'm gonna just pay this real quick. I'm gonna just go do this. Nah. That's not how that work, bro. Like, and then you get tight because you feel like you wasted your money, but nah, you just wasted their time because they're getting paid regardless. But at the end of the day, you're just not even making an impression.
Or a bad impression.
Yeah. It's just like, but I don't feel like I'm at that point in my life anymore. More of a sense of just like I have enough relationships now that I like, I started off. I got spoiled starting off. If you really think about it, my boy Schwabe, he's an artist. They go by Schwabe True. Damn, I don't even think he's making music no more. But very talented dude, man. Like he was the one who kept bringing me around everywhere. Mm-hmm. So like he was somebody that helped me. I used to open up for bigger artists because Schwabe had the connection. And Schwabe would bring me along, so we'll just split it together.
Oh, split the opening, basically? Yeah. Okay.
So we would pay to get tickets, and then we'll give the tickets out or just sell them. Okay. Stuff like that. I remember we opened up for 21 Savage. This was in Danbury, Connecticut, in a place called Tuxedo Junction. Mm-hmm. And that was my first time I ever opened up for somebody like big like that. Yeah. And Connecticut is lit because they just get hyped off of anything. Yeah? Yeah, they get hyped off of anything, bro. So like,
I would expect that.
I'll show y'all that video too. Like, I get all this footage because there's like, it's good to have it, honestly. You get to look back at it and see where you at and all that type of stuff. Yeah. So 21 Savage was the first person we ever opened up for. I remember we opened up for PNB Rock. Rest in peace. Like in Queens, in this place called Amazura. And we opened up for him there, Schwabe and I. It was like we were just doing shows together and all that stuff because he knew somebody that would throw shows. But those were cool because it helped exposure a little bit. But it's like at the end of the day, I'll go to the love-hate thing. Yes, it's cool because you have experience. and you'll start, maybe an opportunity will come out of it. Maybe you'll get some new people, maybe 10 new people that follow you or something like that. But I think it's better when you kind of just spread yourself as much as possible. You get to go to just be a part of a lot of things, a lot of shows, I guess. Open up for people for free if you can. Sell tickets, show people that you can build more leverage on yourself, that you got an audience behind you, or just even if you need practice. But sometimes spending $1,000, $2,000 to open up for somebody, that's not really worth it.
Yeah.
You could have the points to say like, oh, I opened up for 21 Savage. But like, what did you really get out of it? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, in our case, we didn't spend that. We spent it on tickets and did a certain thing. But it's like, if you can get the people there, then cool, you make some money as well. Or you paid off the thing. You squared off. That's it. See what I'm saying? So it's like, there's other ways to go about it. But like me, I like doing headlining shows. That's where I'm at now. I love doing it because I have an audience now of like, yo, I can do this. Or when you want to get on festivals and stuff. I've been trying to get on South by for years, bro. For years. I got denied every single year. I get my boy. I ended up getting that one. That was a relationship. A3C, the first time I ever got an A3C, I went on this site called Sonic Bids.
Oh yeah? I feel like I heard of them. What do they do?
And they do concerts, I guess, for other people. And I only did one thing with them, and that was I submitted for A3C. I ended up getting it. But I needed to get voted in, and I got voted in from people. Again, the support system is great. But then I had a relationship. The way that I got to A3C again, Bria, the woman that I mentioned earlier, who introduced me to Nova, she was doing a show in Atlanta for A3C. And it was on the bill was me, Coyle Ray, a rapper named Annoyed.
I know who that is.
Yeah.
He's from across the river, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who that is.
He was on it. I can't really remember Big Baby Gucci. He's another artist that's bubbling.
Oh, I stumbled on him on my Spotify Discover Weekly.
Oh yeah,
really?
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but I have one of his songs.
Yeah,
I like songs. Yeah,
he's another artist that's pretty dope. So yeah, it was just like us, and Bria put that all together. She's tapped in, right? So it was like that's how that happened. We didn't pay for anything. We paid for our way to get there and all that type of stuff. Yeah, but it's like, it's just, as you can see, it's just, my point is that there's relationships, there's different ways, but you got to also find ways to make relationships. The way you can make relationships, sometimes you got to spend some money.
That's real.
I definitely resonate with that.
But if you're not prepared, you pretty
wasting
much,
your money.
it's like you're wasting your money. And on top of that, okay, let's say you did that showcase that Gabe and Drewski are doing, right? Let's say you made a great impression and you never hear from them again. You have a reference point at least. Of like, let's say you come across them again. Yo, I'm the one who did this showcase with this, that. It's like, oh, that's how you start building relationships. Because it's like, oh, now you have something to base something off of what y'all did before. So it's really just about just making relationships, and just, if you want it bad enough, you're going to figure it out type of thing. That's how I see it.
That's real.
The internet is out there, bro. You could really, me being on Sonic Bids, I never used that stuff. I found it because I wanted to be on A3C where I saw it. And that was the opportunity was there. So it's just about, the road is different for everybody, but you could spend money at a showcase. It may work out, it may not, but at least be prepared, bro. Okay. And be okay with the result that you're going to get too, because just because you spent that money, something is not supposed to happen from that, but it may lead to something else. You just never know. So yeah,
definitely.
Right. You want to hit the lyrics?
Yeah.
So this is the first time we're ever doing this. We went through your music.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And there are some quotes that really stuck out to us. So we wanted to read them back to you.
Cool. I'll be forgetting my lyrics. Let's get it.
I want to see.
Let's read the lyric and see if
you can finish it. Yeah. I bet.
If I could guess the song, that would be great too. Let me see.
Life been different ever since I got a blue check. People treat me weird like I changed, but I ain't switched yet.
I'd rather have more dollars than follows. Not many think the same. When smarting out your name is more valuable than a chunk of change. Northeast. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So life has been different ever since I got a blue check, because it was weird once I got a blue check.
Wait, how did you get a blue check?
I came back from South by, and my publicist told me that she reached out to Facebook again, and they put it through.
Yeah, is it really like you have to have a relation, or not have to, but like your publicist just knew somebody that worked in that sort of department?
I won't. I can't confirm or deny it.
Yeah.
I just remember getting the email, like she sent me a screenshot saying, "Hey, you're gonna be verified."
Yeah, fire.
People be spending money on fake ones and all that type of stuff and all that, bro. That's how
fake if you're verified.
I think you can.
I've seen people gotten verified then unverified. I don't know how that whole shit.
Yeah, because it's not easy to get verified.
Yeah,
like at all. But like, came back from South by, I guess that helped out with a lot, and there was a lot of buzz going on with me and all that type of stuff. So it just got to the point that my publicist sent me a DM. She said, "Listen, a screenshot saying, yo, I submitted you to get verified. Let's see if it goes through." And it went through in like an hour. I was like,
fire.
So that's how that happened. But
and shit's really different now.
Yo, it's cool. It's cool because like I've never been somebody to care about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But like the reason why I say it's cool is because it's leverage in a way. And I will say this, like, the annoying thing was that people will joke around and they'll just constantly be like, "What's up, blue check?" or something like that. It was just like,
yeah, that's not like your brain.
Why does like, bro, that doesn't matter. It just verifies that I'm the real person of me. That's it. Like, bro, like I've been verified in real life. Like that's it. But like that's what I'm saying. It's just like it was just weird that like people just really see you as like this celebrity, I guess, or public figure or something like that. And people treat you different. They do. They treat you
What is different?
Like in a sense of like people. Yeah, you ever seen how like somebody would treat a celebrity in a way? Like they don't know how to act, or they don't
like kissing the ground they walk on.
Like in a way, but like people would kind of treat me like, and actually I'll say a not weird part. Like people kind of feel a little bit more excited, or in the sense of like, yo, I appreciate you for really being here. Like kind of like in a way, like, yo, I understand. Like they respect your time more or something like that. Or they don't feel like they feel bad if they're wasting your time. Okay. Because I guess they see you at a certain stature now.
I've seen people get like intimidated by people with blue checks and shit like that. Have you?
If somebody felt intimidated around me,
you haven't noticed?
I haven't noticed, but I'm exactly how I am, bro. I'm not somebody who like, I don't like this whole facade that people try to give people. I get it sells and all that type of stuff. But like, look at people like J. Cole, or you see like Kendrick, or you see like, they're themselves.
Yeah.
Corday's himself. Word. Like, it's just like, these are people who are really talented people that you connect with. That's really what it is.
Definitely.
And they take their rapper cap off and they go back with their families and all that type of stuff. It's really that. But I know how to put a great show together. I know how to make great music. That's really what it is for me.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I like that answer. I'll take the next one. I don't need no more friends in my circle. These squares keep on boxing me in like spaghetti.
Don't need no more friends in my circle. These squares keep on boxing me like spaghetti. This is the league.
Yeah.
That is the league. I don't remember the next line though, so I apologize. I think it was I done a lot, seen a lot. Oh, okay, yeah.
So what's that line inspired by?
Cleverness, I guess. That's really what it was. But it was just more like I got tired of like giving. How do I say it? I stopped giving so much access to people because I'm very protective of my energy and protective of my surroundings, and it's just like when you have a dream of something, right? Like let's say, all right, this is your dream right here, and then people, you got to be very protective of your dream. So you can let somebody. There's two people you can let know, right? If I tell you it, let's say you're uplifting my dream, right? Let's say I tell you it, and you just kind of like putting it down in a way. You may not care at the moment, but that does something. That's an energy tow or something. So you got to be very protective with who you share your dream with, who you want to let people know your goals and all that type of stuff, because people can literally do that. I remember J. Cole saying in an interview that he didn't even tell his mom he was working to be in the NBA for like to play in the African League. See what I'm saying? Yeah. It was just like because he didn't want to let her know. He was very protective of who he gave access to that dream. Chris Brickley knew that, and Chris Brickley trained him so he can be able to do that. See what I'm saying?
I love what you said. Yeah,
you got to be very protective with where you keep your energy, where you keep your time, and the people. And if you're gonna keep people around you, how do they help you elevate? Mm-hmm. So that's my biggest thing with that. So that's where that line is of just like
yeah, that's real. A lot of people. I don't want to go on a tangent. Basically, I've noticed that a lot of people without dreams shit on other people's dreams.
Of course.
Or when you tell them their dream, they're just like, oh, that's dope.
Oh, yeah. Oh, word, bro. And you feel like a little passive aggressive type.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
They're not going to help you work through that thought, like find new ways to get to it.
But you know what it is a lot of times it's just that they didn't, life presents different obstacles for different people. Not everybody has the same access to things, and not everybody has the same willpower that a lot of people do.
That's real.
It all starts with a mindset. If you don't have that mindset, it's difficult to get through things and stuff like that. So that's why I try not to get tight when people do that or not. I just see it as they don't understand, and that's okay. I put a lot of things towards like how people were brought up or what they're surrounded by and all that type of stuff. So that's I try to think of things like that as I continue to get older, because it's like we just don't share the same mindset. We don't share this, we don't share that. That's okay. That's where that's why you're over there and I'm doing what I'm doing. You can live your life the way you want to live it. I'm gonna live it the way I need to. That's all it is.
That's real. Way to look at it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. All right, one more each.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see what else we got. Okay. I feel like this is kind of on a similar topic.
Yeah.
Doubled up in profit, but my friends will start to lessen.
Okay. Doubled up in profit, but my friends will start to lessen. Damn it. I was doing good. I know the line. I just don't remember what song. Wait, what song is this on? Tired. Tired. Yeah, tired.
I like that part.
Okay, yeah. Tired of cussing with God. Yo, I love that song, bro. I've been trying to make a song like that for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna go back to I actually realized this the other day before I even get into that. I was driving one day and I was listening to Friday Night Lights, right? By J. Cole. And what I realized was every time I dropped a project, I wanted to have a slower intro. And then I was like, I wonder why. And then when I was listening to Friday Night Lights, I was like, oh, I see why. I was so into the slower intro thing. So then when I made Tired was like my version of the slower intro because I did it again. I did something similar to that in Blessed. It was like pianos playing and stuff like that. And I was just like, oh, okay, cool. So Tired, I don't know, and Tired helped me release so much that I wanted to say on that. But what was the line again from Tired?
Motherfucking doubled up in profit, but my friends will start to lessen.
Okay, so yeah, the more that I continue to succeed, I had to let a lot of people, I had to put a lot of people to the side that I may not see eye to eye with anymore, in a sense. And I'm not talking about in a sense of like bad blood or anything. It's just we don't align of where our visions are anymore. We don't, and it goes back to what I'm saying, you got to protect what you have, protect everything that you aspire to be and prosper. So it's just like it's difficult to stay with people who like to stay in one area, and you got to continue to grow. You got to continue to be the best person you could possibly be, and not everybody's on that type of time. So the more that I was starting to succeed and stuff, the more some people just felt that they didn't need to be around as much because they didn't want to come up with it, or they just had different visions. That's all it is.
Every time.
that's all it is. It's not like not even a bad blood type of thing. It's just more that everybody's vision is different. Like as you continue to grow, everybody's life is different.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. This one's a little building off of your response too, a little bit. So let's see if you get this one.
All right.
Y'all moving like y'all ain't got nothing to lose. Look at you playing the fool.
Y'all moving like y'all ain't got nothing to lose. Look at you playing the fool. My mama's still working. I notice you hurt, and I knew it. What song is that? Hold on. We ain't the same, but they think that's the league.
It's the league.
Yes.
Yeah, it is the league.
Yeah. So say the line again. Yeah, moving like I ain't got nothing to lose. Look at you playing the fool.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving like I ain't got nothing to lose. Where was that inspired by? I think it was. I'm trying to just take it back to that space that I was in, but I think it was because I was looking at people's situations, and then everybody kind of just like, I think I was like watching interviews of like people that haven't got to a certain thing yet, but they're kind of like bashing one another and like doing all this extra stuff, and
like
it was
bitter
just
or
like,
something like
yeah,
that.
like it was just like a lot of that, and it was just like, yo, you know how many things you're burning right now? In a sense, like you, like all this stuff that you doing,
bad.
yeah, like why are you doing that? So I think I was inspired by that in a sense of just like bro, you just blocking your own blessings, or you just messing things up, because now when people see you like this, you think they want to work with you? Do you think they want to continue business with you or anything like that? Like it's just like, I don't know. It was just, I think that's where I was at with it for sure.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I could definitely.
Yo, the second I see someone talking shit on their story, it's over.
Yeah,
Bro,
You're not coming on the platform.
Yo, like I don't even have a, like I have a Twitter for personal things.
Yeah.
Like I got group chats with my friends and all that type of stuff, but it's like I don't even tweet, bro.
It's
next thing you know, I'm an artist, bro. Next thing you know, I just start making it a diary and all that. I'm like, I'm good, bro. I'd rather just have the habit of not tweeting.
Yeah. Get that out on your songs. Yeah,
I'll do that in my songs. You want to hear something? Cool. We're gonna do it like that. I don't need it. More people are just nosy that they want to see the tweets of like, what is this about? What is this about? What is this about? Hear it in the songs, bro. That's all it is.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yo.
Hey, there was actually a lot more I wanted to ask you, but we just condensed.
Yeah, we could talk for hours, but we don't want to.
Listen, man, if y'all need me back for another thing, just let me know.
6 months or something, we could figure it out.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
I appreciate you coming through.
God,
we here. Could you tell the people where to find you on social media?
Yeah, so y'all can follow me at Only One Iman everywhere. The only thing that's different is TikTok. TikTok says Iman Nunez, and YouTube Only One Iman. Iman Nunez, one of the two. That is my actual last name.
Okay,
that's gonna be dropped very soon. Very soon. I'm warning y'all now, man. All the other Imans, watch out.
It happens, but yo, episode 38. Iman in the building. I know you learned some shit. I know you laughed. I know you enjoyed it. So please hit that subscribe button, like all that good YouTube shit. Tap in with us, tap in with Iman. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching. We will be, I can't do an outro, bro. I can't do a fucking outro.
Yeah, bro, that was
I keep forgetting. I know, but like I'm forgetting something. We'll be
back with another episode. That's
hey, it's
all right, bro.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back with another episode very shortly. And tap into his music, bro. You will not be disappointed.
Yes, appreciate y'all.
Yes. We out.